Who was Lucy Letby? Was she an angel soothing the silent cries of babies, or a phantom lost in the intricate fabric of history? The answers lie within our story. Lucy's name was synonymous with being a protector of babies. But did this angelic, winged being exist in the dusty pages of a time when babies often vanished upon arrival? Or were the tales woven from a complex tapestry of history merely a fable? The answers were concealed on the border between reality and myths. Within the narrow streets of the small town, Lucy's name spread rapidly. Her eyes held smiles and sometimes melancholic glances. Her hands that quieted the cries of babies seemed to touch the most delicate moments of life. But was she truly so innocent? Or were the smiles of babies reflections of a hidden grin lost in the darkness? Letby, once seen dancing through hospital corridors in a white coat to heal infants, is now remembered with a shadow of darkness. How could the seeds of such a complex nightmare be sown in an ordinary hospital room? What thoughts lingered behind Letby's eyes? Perhaps these details pointed to her seemingly ordinary but actually gloomy world. As Letby's hands touched the fragile bodies of babies, life's most innocent gifts, did we ever consider what dark secrets within her heart might have caused? Maybe the turbulent winds of the past played a strange and dark melody in her mind. Could these questions that prompt us to think bring us a step closer to unraveling the secrets behind the scenes? In the sleepy streets of the small town, innocence and terror seemed to dance together. The events were so intricate that the line between reality and imagination blurred. The name Lucy Letby cast a dark shadow over this quiet community. In those cold and dark days, Letby's hands marked the end of 5 innocent lives. The only things that glimmered in the silence were the footsteps echoing in the hospital corridors and the faint cries of babies. Nurse Lucy, within her white uniform, appeared angelic. However, every angel eventually falls. The town's mothers couldn't help but feel a stirring within them as they entrusted their children to her. Perhaps this ignored intuition would later gnaw at their consciences. In those hospital rooms, during the most critical moments of newborn lives, Lucy Letby held them in her hands. Yet these hands had turned into those of an angel of death. The unexpected deaths of babies couldn't be explained by ordinary natural causes anymore. Letby's face always hid in the shadows of the walls, and her enigmatic smile had sown seeds of doubt in the hearts of mothers. Newborns are the cleanest page of life, they say, but that clean page had begun to tarnish in Lucy's cold hands. Lucy, who had gained the trust of doctors and other nurses, was breathing life into babies in the hospital's neonatal intensive care unit, unaware that she was bearing witness to their farewells to life. Perhaps one of her darkest memories was the wails of the mothers echoing through the corridors. Even when the glimmers of hope in their eyes struck Lucy's conscience, her cold gaze never wavered. The silent cries of babies taking their last breaths as she gently pressed on their pillows seemed to be etched into the walls of the hospital. One day, Elizabeth, the experienced head nurse of the hospital, noticed something unusual. The consecutive deaths were no coincidence. Mysteriously, all these babies' lives had been extinguished. Elizabeth knew that something was amiss within this cursed parenthesis and took steps to uncover the truth. As the police pursued the truth, Lucy's hypocrisy and betrayal came to light with horrifying reality. This young nurse hadn't just destroyed the sacred gift of life, she had also trampled upon the fundamental values of humanity. During the police investigation, detectives working tirelessly to solve the mystery stumbled upon chilling details. Could the silence of the corridors conceal not only the cries of babies but also the desperate pleas of helpless mothers? Lucy Letby's apprehension revealed the horrifying secrets she had hidden within the hospital's walls. She was no longer a symbol of innocence, she had become a creature ensnared by darkness. The Countess of Chester Hospital, once a place filled with hope, now went down in history as a witness to a dark moment. Lucy's story, with its unforgettable details, immortalizes how humanity can push its boundaries and how the purest emotions can be betrayed. When Lucy Letby entered behind the heavy iron gates of the prison, she felt the weight of her body robbed of its freedom. The corridors were no longer hospital hallways but a labyrinth ruled by hopelessness and regret. Her first steps made her feel the coldness of the concrete floor beneath her feet. Once, she touched baby's skin with innocent hands, feeling life under their touch. Now her own skin was cold and devoid of emotion. The echoes of iron sounds reverberating behind the cell door resonated in her ears, much like the screams of her conscience. Her eyes were sentenced to see not the outside world but her inner world. The cold surfaces of the walls seemed to reflect her secrets and thoughts. Perhaps that's why she whispered to the walls, like the whispers of babies. But now those whispers would accompany her restless nights. History was sometimes a mirror that distorted truths and at other times concealed them. So, what lay hidden behind the shadows in the pitch darkness of Lucy's era? Some sources emphasized her innocence while others claimed she was a messenger of a dark power. These questions, filled with truths that prompted us to think, were steering our minds through stormy waters.